Draw My Life by Rosie B. On April 11, 1991, somewhere in the Philippines, Mom and Dad had a baby girl, and hello world, I was born. Mom gave birth to me at an old age, so I guess that explains why I'm an only child. Anyway, months went by, and at my 5th month, Mom and Dad had to move to Mississippi, USA. I was supposed to come with them, but things just didn't work out with some papers with reasons I'm still not clear about, so I had to live with my mom's brother's family, and Mom and Dad pushed through the States. As I grew up, I also grew closer to my uncle's family, my cousins to be more specific. I had 3 kuyas and an ate, and with them I never felt out of place. They treated me as their own little sister. I was sort of a troublemaker the last I remembered, and I was disciplined in exchange. I was also a crybaby, like I really cried a lot, which I think gave them a little hard time, and I am sorry for that. So sorry. But despite those, I'm really thankful because they took good care of me. I never stopped keeping in touch with my mom and dad. Yearly, they would come home to visit me, and when they're back in America, I would write them letters or draw them pictures, and my uncle would mail it to them. It was a little sad growing up without them, but thanks to my second family, everything worked out fine. When I started going to school, I was really shy and small. Making new friends was kind of hard for me, but there was this one girl who approached me and introduced herself, and before I knew it, we became best friends. We were always together during our preschool years, but after that, she had to go to another country and I never saw her again. During elementary, I was still really shy, and that's where I felt that school was hell, because this was also when other kids started to bully me. I guess one reason bigger kids chose to bully me is because I never fought back, and all I ever did was cry. But despite all that, I also met new friends, and because of them, I realized how I loved arts, and most of my friends did too. That's why we all got along so well. We all loved anime, video games, and other cartoons kids commonly talked about. But because I loved drawing so much, I ended up drawing more than studying, which didn't really do well for my grades, and math was my worst. And of course, I got into trouble for that. Although I still got some good grades in English, music, science, and arts, other than that, I don't really want to talk about it. My notebooks were filled with doodles. Sometimes I'd make up my own comics, and I had my own world. Other kids thought of me as a loser for being into anime stuff, and the only time I'm not a loser is when there are group projects that involve drawing. Typical. Other than drawing, I found myself interested in music as well. I took piano lessons, made my own songs and piano pieces, and practiced singing. My kuyas also introduced me to a lot of video games, and I grew fond of playing RPG and fighting games. I also loved wrestling. Sometimes me and my kuyas would copy Triple H or Stone Cold or even The Rock, and having them as big brothers was so awesome. My ate, on the other hand, loved to dress me up, so I also started to love fashion. I experimented with clothes, mixed and matched, and felt pretty once in a while. But my life wasn't so cool during this period, maybe because at a certain period of time, my parents couldn't visit me, and because I didn't really understand much of life, I didn't really know much. But I was a little sad. In high school, I finally had my permanent group of friends, and I loved them to bits. Most of them love to draw too, like I do. We also played lots of video games, watched a lot of anime, and they're all talented in their own ways. They were one of the reasons I started to love going to school. Anyway, my grades started to improve. because I didn't want to be stupid, so I decided to study more, but I guess my math and Filipino grades weren't that good. Like, oh my god, why do I suck? But I survived anyway. I still did draw a lot. My drawings improved, more people began appreciating me, and I guess I can say high school was pretty awesome. I also found interest in photography and singing, so during this period, I joined the high school choir and also learned about photography. Joining the choir improved my shy problems, which got me more friends, but can't always impress everyone, so the haters still exist. But I could care less. On the summer of 2016, I met a guy through an online game. At first, I didn't really feel like being friends with strangers, but I guess there was just something about him that I wanted to get to know him more. We ended up talking a lot, and the next thing I knew, we exchanged numbers. He started calling me, we started texting, and after a few flirts and dates and flings, I fell in love. And I was very happy with this guy. September 14, 2006. He became my boyfriend. On June 2, 2005, one event shattered me. My aunt received a call from one of our relatives and she told me that my dad has passed. He and mom just came home from the grocery and all of a sudden he had an attack. Mom called 911, but when they got to the hospital, they were too late and it hurt so much. Because I couldn't go where my dad is, and what sucked more was that I wasn't there during the wake. I was never there. I only had a few memories with dad, but I know that he was my hero and he's the nicest and most amazing man I know. I got to talk to mom, we both cried, I cried the whole night and I wanted life to be over, but this was also the time I finally found out why my parents couldn't come visit me. It was because daddy got sick, he had renal failure and he couldn't travel and mom couldn't leave him alone, so I understood. It felt good to understand and I accepted everything. Little by little I tried to get better, relying on time to heal me, but I managed and I grew stronger. College life was crazy. I wanted to be a multimedia artist, but my mom insisted I become a nurse. At some point in time, I started to despise her for not letting me go into my dream school and have my dream course. But eventually, I let her make me take up nursing, and as time went by, I also fell in love with this course. I met more friends and I totally improved myself. I locked up my shy self deep within me and became more confident. I never encountered mean bullies again, and life became so much better for me despite all the stress I had to go through surviving nursing. I found myself doing things I didn't think I'd actually do, like representing our batch for this pageant the college hosts yearly, and I'd rather not really talk about that part. But anyway, college life surely was very interesting, and after surviving college, I graduated with a bachelor's degree. I took the nursing boards, passed, and now I'm a registered nurse. Everything seems to be falling into place lately. I have a good relationship with my mom. I'm still with my high school sweetheart. Can you guess how long we've been together? I know who my true friends are, and I just love how life has been lately. From a dramatic past, I became stronger and better, and I thank every one of you who has always been there for me, who molded me to become who I am. And I hope that as we greet the new year, life would become way better. I learned a lot throughout my experience, and all I can tell you guys now is that live your life to the fullest. Don't stick to the past and keep moving forward. There is no such thing as bad life, just bad days, and things will get better. Always.